Jose Mourinho has been sacked as manager of Manchester United. The decision made late Monday night between the executive chairman of the club, Ed Woodward, and the club's owners, the Glazer family. Mourinho leaves the club having led Manchester United to their worst ever start in the Premier League era, coming on the heels of two disappointing seasons, albeit a first season where they did win the Europa League and the League Cup. Clearly things had come to a head. There was a breakdown in terms of relationship with players, and the results simply weren't good. 19 points off the pace in the Premier League. What next for Manchester United? Well, in the immediate, certainly this week, Michael Carrick, of course, former United legend who had been Mourinho's assistant, will take training. But we're led to believe that the club's plan is to appoint a more experienced interim manager between now and the end of the season. Remember, they still have trophies to fight for. They're still in the Champions League round of 16. Maybe they can hope to go on a run for that. And then use that time with the interim manager in charge to go and try to secure a really big name, long-term option. The names that have been mentioned include, of course, Mauricio Pochettino from Tottenham Hotspur, Max Allegri from Juventus, Diego Simeone from Atletico Madrid. Now, obviously, getting one of these names isn't easy, and it's not cheap, and you need to be discreet about it because, of course, all these teams are still competing for major silverware themselves, not least in the Champions League. But that seems to be the plan for now. What next for Jose Mourinho? Well, in the short term, you certainly expect him to take some time off, to pause and reflect. In terms of taking another really top-tier job, whether in Europe or in the Premier League, I don't really see that happening. There's no question that his brand has been pretty seriously damaged, not just by the disappointing 2.5 seasons at Manchester United, but also by the very acrimonious way he left his two previous clubs after delivering silverware, Chelsea and, of course, before that, Real Madrid. One club that he has been linked with, and it would represent a return, is Inter Milan. Of course, he led them to a treble 8 years ago, and was really the only club that he left on really good terms. But of course, Luciano Spalletti very much entrenched there for the time being. In the summer, who knows? Another possibility that will no doubt be mooted, and it's something Mourinho has spoken about in the past, is at some point taking the Portugal job. But of course, that won't become available for some time now. But as we said, for the time being, it's about sitting on the sidelines and starting to rebuild a severely damaged brand.